Yes, they are. So right now we are looking at the GMC Syclone. As we called out a little bit earlier on in the show, but you may have missed it if you've just tuned in, you can unlock this one for completing 50% of your festival playlist in summer. It is a really cool, really interesting car. So when this launched right at the dawn of the 90s, it was actually the fastest accelerating production car in the world, beating out Ferrari's fastest car of the time, which frankly makes no sense because it's a pickup truck. So it is an absolutely ridiculous car, really, really tuned to the really peak of its performance. And yeah, it's an absolute demon on the drag strip. Rocking at about 280 horsepower and 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds, or 4.5 seconds. That is a truck in 1991 doing 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, and all this you could purchase for around about $30,000. But that's not all. The Syclone had a sister car, which if we can click on to the other clip, we can take a look at the GMC Typhoon, which is a very, very similar car. It has the same engine, same chassis, but is the SUV version of the truck. So if you wanted to get a couple extra people in the back, then you could purchase this one. Also available in a suite of colours such as red and blue, whereas the truck was only available in black. Again, it is actually a really cool car because it just has absolutely ludicrous performance. It has a real cult following, and also has a few celebrity owners. Jay Leno used to use one as his daily driver, as did Clint Eastwood. So whereas you may imagine Clint Eastwood scowling at his Ford Gran Torino, he was actually trucking around in one of these, probably blasting people at stop signs and just blasting past Ferraris as the light goes green. Shall we take a look at the next car, Tom?
Yeah, so this is the Hennessy VelociRaptor. Notable owners include Post Malone, which means after Malone, and they only make 30 of these a year, so that is 180 tyres a year, so those are your counting. Yeah, Mike, so some more interesting facts on this car, please.
So Hennessy, So Hennessy, the manufacturer of this car, they are like a tuning house, and they've obviously taken the Ford Ranger Raptor and then tuned it to the absolute limit. In order to get that extra traction, they have seen fit to add an extra couple of wheels, which just opens up more possibilities when you're actually taking it off-road and wanting to move around in snow or wet mud. It's around 600 brake horsepower, all that out of the standard 3.5 litre V6 twin turbo that does come in the Ranger Raptor. It's just been tuned to the absolute peak performance. 0 to 60 actually is around about the same as the GMC Syclone and Typhoon, which is interesting given that this is 30 years or so more modern. I guess that it does have the disadvantage of having to carry around about 3 tons of weight. Yeah, but it's a really, really exclusive car. As Tom pointed out, Hennessy are producing very, very few of them. I think only about 50 for the US market. And prices start around $350,000. So if you have been wanting a Ford Ranger Raptor that had an extra meter of trunk space, then I guess this is for you. You can unlock this one, just to finish off, in the Into the Wilderness Championship in spring.